Sintopia. A lot of good games give control and then slowly hand you comfort. You build, expand, optimize, and settle into the rhythm. Sintopia doesn't really let you do that. It hands you hell, floods it with sinful hymns, and quietly watches as everything backs up. You're the administrator of omniscient as presents running hell, tasked with re-educating souls so they live with less sin than they arrived with. On paper it sounds clean, in practice it's chaos. Souls pile up within a few in-game days, humans are hitting higher and higher sync counts, and suddenly your neat little system starts to buckle. Each employee can only handle one soul at a time in their building, and deviants slow things down incredibly. You build loops, set up dispatchers, and try to route souls in a way that makes sense, but hell has a way of turning even the best plans into a traffic jam. What surprised me most is how much of this game is spent watching the system struggle. You step in when things break, adjust pathways, and try to stay ahead, but it often feels like you're playing catch up. The Overworld adds a different angle. You can influence living humans with the magic, build a code, and push events in a favor, but you're limited by the face coins. Without them, even the administrator of hell, you can't touch much of anything. There's a story running through it all, and it's a good one. Lilith guides you, flirts constantly, and pulls you into the plots about rescuing Lou. It's Lucifer. It leans into the familiar idea that Lucifer might not be the villain, and it works. The tone stays playful even when it's dealing with the heavier themes. The biggest issue is balance. Sin builds too quickly, and the systems can always give up. Still, Sintopia is creative, messy, and occasionally very funny. You just need to ease off the pressure a little so we can actually enjoy being in control. It's all about the pros. The gameplay, while not revolutionizing in the genre, it's a good and addictive. It's interesting to have one world in which you build and the other is in which you only interact. The graphics, animations, and sound effects are fun, and there's a lot of attention to details if you zoom in close into buildings. It was not necessary, but it's a nice touch. The campaign story and the characters, while not groundbreaking, are engaging and I kept wanting to know what happens next. Plus, I've always liked the Heaven Hell theme. The number of difficulty is well balanced. I achieved all missions at the first or the second try without feeling it was too hard or too easy. Also, everything is well explained during the campaign, and you can always hover the mouse of time to get explanation and any building, power, status, etc. The next one, it's great to have a really good voice acting. I played in English. And the last one is the music's are nice, especially Hells, and they stay in head. Let's talk about the negatives. Except for one of the memory leak, I only encountered minor bugs or quality of life issues, mostly linked to the spells. The first one. When I Emperor was too close to the plaza, they kept respawning in loop while walking on it. And next one, the spell that allows you to move the hermits in something buggy when you want them to cross a bridge. Half of the group will go into the water. On another map with the natural rock bridges, they just wouldn't walk on it. I had to yeet them with this wind spell. Sometimes I move rangers on a point I want them to capture and they just flee. Then I have to bring them back again for it to work. The campaign seems shorter than I want to expect in the games of the same genre. In conclusion, I like the game, and since that memory leak didn't come back and the other bugs are minor, I'm giving it a pass and changing my review to recommend. Just know that this could happen. 7 out of 10.